Agu, bonjour, ciao, hola, habari, hello. My name is Ntombizodwa Msane and I'm the founder and director of ID Legacy. And I'm speaking to you all the way from South Africa to present to you this commencement speech to congratulate the cohort of International Relations, Diplomacy and Governance. And I am elated and humbled to be sharing this very auspicious moment with you and your families, as well as the faculty members who have ensured that this day is possible for you all. To thank Dr. Samuel Jacobs Abe for this very prestigious and honorary invitation to shed light on my thoughts and my expertise, but most importantly, to encourage you all as you have completed this final stage of your journey and reflecting upon that in which you have been able to achieve. The tasks, the presentations, each and everything that you were required to be able to achieve, you did it to your best. And you know how I know you did it to your best? Because I saw your presentations. You applied your mind. You were challenged with very complex international related diplomacy and governance issues that we face on our day-to-day basis. And as you were placed in a position to reflect upon these very complex world issues, you applied your minds brilliantly. And I'm superbly proud of you, as you ought to be of yourselves. Now we thank and reflect. We thank the faculty members that have walked with you on this journey, and we thank them for the impartation that they've had significantly in your ability to apply the knowledge that you have acquired. We'd like to also welcome the families and the friends that are with you watching through the live stream. And most importantly, I would like to say congratulations once more to you as the graduates and now alumni of the Jacobs Abe Institution. I mean, it's a very prestigious institution that reflects on leadership as a primary and focal point of making sure that they develop and create thought-provoking and thought-inspiring and inspiring transformational thinking in their students. And your ability to articulate that in which you've already observed, have learned, have put theory into practicality has been absolutely amazing to see and observe. And I hope as you walk through this journey, as you close one chapter and open a new, whether it's in conjunction of furthering your academic studies or your professional desires, or in conjunction with one another, I strongly encourage you that this is simply just the beginning, that you continue to thrive and that you apply your mind in each and everything that you do zealously, with ethical code, with the ability to think transformationally, to be adaptable and flexible to a certain extent, but most importantly, to be relatable. As the communicators, being the focal point of communication, being your line of work as you forge ahead. And in our line of work, where we work with people primarily on a day-to-day basis, it is imperative to understand your fellow brother and your fellow sister, from their values, their principles, and their ethos. What is it that they stand for? And why do they stand for it? And why it's important for you to be able to articulate that in which they desire. And so, as mediators, it becomes imperative for you to reflect, assess, to think outside the box when it comes to world issues, from an informed place as you've acquired this necessary knowledge. And as you continue to walk on this journey by being either placed in different states or in each and endeavor that you encounter from henceforth, remembering what you have learned from the institution and applying it in your day-to-day life. As a diplomat, academic, a professor, each and everything that you apply yourself to as a leader critically remains imperative so that transformation and change can be realized in the world. But before we can have that realization, we need to acknowledge that as a people, in our diversity, we have commonalities. And in that commonality, that's where the transformation will be sparked. So activate those things within you, that you start to realize the changes and development that you can affect in other people. And a conversation I've had with Dr. Jacobs is that when we reflect on leadership and the ability to be able to adapt and the ability to lead, to teach, and to be led, it speaks to the things that you do intentionally, the things that you do purposely, and the things that you do with a primary goal in mind. And looking at how you have overcome the tests, the trials, the presentations, the preparations. You guys made it seem so easy. And it takes time. It takes effort. It takes somebody taking a leadership role amongst the group. It takes somebody taking a back seat amongst the group, even though they have the answers or they prepare some of the answers. But it's also our ability to be able to apply our minds in its effectiveness and its diversity. As a leader, a transformational leader that is, it is critical that you impart not just what you have learned, but the teachings of leadership into others, so that in your absence, other leaders will rise up. And that's the principle that Dr. Samuels was just teaching, that we need to look into these things, that in the absence of you as a leader, that those that you have led and taught and imparted these critical teachings in will be able to rise to the occasion. So be strongly encouraged as you take on this new journey, that you have critically closed one chapter and you are opening another. And as we challenge you in reflection of this journey, in reflection of the achievement, we celebrate the view. See, as someone who hikes a lot, I love the fact that you get to see the view. It makes the upheaval worth it, right? Because if you're going to walk up a mountain, there has to be a purpose other than just walking up it, right? And when you get there, the breathtaking view of God's beautiful creation is well worth it. Your feet might be tired. Your legs might be sore. Your heart might be palpitating. And you might be sweating. But when you get to the top, it is well worth it. For what you had set to achieve, you did. And you didn't do it by the moment you climbed. You did it by the moment you set a date for the hike. You made sure that you had the gear for the hike. You prepared yourself. You set your goals. You drove to the site to walk up the mountain. Yeah, these are the things that we do. We do that. You prepare. And as you climb up this mountain, the challenges you might encounter, you might not be as fit as you thought you might have been. You might have slipped. You might have come across something that you didn't anticipate. But the one thing that I've learned over the years from hiking is that practice makes perfect. And we see it in your way of articulation, in your way of applying your mind to complex situations, in your ability to answer questions that you didn't know you will receive, in your ability to overcome the limitations that seem to hinder your ability to have reached this particular day. And so I would like to strongly encourage you and say, you are never limited by the things that are before you, by the things that you have overcome, by the life that you come from, meaning your foundation. It doesn't matter the circumstance or situations you come from. It's what you do with the lessons along the way that develops you as a leader, as a zealous person that is passionate about the issues of peace and security, not just in Africa, but globally. And as someone who wants to play a critical role in ensuring that these peace and security is realized in our lifetime. That's why we do what we do. That's why we study. That's why we create NGOs. That's why we create and develop these things and platforms that we speak passionately about the human rights issues that we realize, identify, but also find remedies to these very complex issues. And that is why your role in the future, not just now, but in the future, is critical. You will continue to learn. This is not the end of it. You will continue to apply your mind. You will continue to adapt. You will continue to reflect. And those are the critical things that you need as a transformational thinker, as a transformational leader that will not just be able to lead, but be led. So from this day, remember one critical thing. The view at the top of the mountain is worth it all, as well as coming down. So yeah, come down. You need to calm down. So you at the moment are at the peak of this beautiful scenery. Take it in. Take the pictures. Remember the people that are there with you. Embrace the breeze. Embrace the nature, the scenery, everything that it speaks to you and being able to achieve. And remember this moment as something that you achieved, as something that you have set a goal and achieved, right? And now, as I've said, you're closing this chapter, you're closing this book, and now a new journey begins, because you're going to walk down the mountain and then set up new goals, new achievable goals and objectives, vision for your future. And just because you're walking down does not mean you are undoing what you have already achieved, because it's not, they can't take it back. Don't worry. I'm pretty sure Dr. Samuels won't take back your diplomas. It is yours. Congratulations. I'm just being silly. But in all true nature, continue doing the work that you do. Continue to thrive. Continue to challenge. Continue to find remedies. And be your beautiful, authentic self. And so with these encouraging words, I'd like to leave you with this one notion. Where are you going for your next hike? Please send me an invitation. But most importantly, enjoy each and every process, each and every step, each and every activity, each and everything that challenges you, that makes you want to expand, that makes you want to reflect on life differently by seeing and understanding your fellow brothers and fellow sisters, irrespective of their color, irrespective of their diversity. And so, with that said, I wish you all a prosperous new chapter and a hike that will enlighten you, empower you, encourage you, and make you zealous for life and changing the world as we know it by being an effective and transformational contributor. So for myself in South Africa, I wish you all the best. Where is your next hike?